I was supposed to record this video about 2 weeks, three, I don't know how long ago. So long ago. I am tired. I am after been up. It's 9 o'clock. I've been up since about 7:30 because I had a doctor's appointment. Talk about that in another video. So I did. Pretty sure. Can't remember. But anyway, this video is just about my college experience because I have finished college. I finished my childcare level 6 about a month ago. It was just before we went away to Athlone. For the few nights, I submitted my last couple of assignments. I'm still waiting for the results, but I want to do like a quick video just talking about my experience with college, basically throughout the level 5 and the level 6 of doing the childcare. So I'll start with the level 5. I completed that 2 years ago. So I did. That was actually really good. I started off rocky. I had a teacher and another teacher, Sylvia. I was very unsure about assignment work at the time because I'd never done official assignment work in a sense. I'd only really done I'd done my ECDL, but that was all like using the one kind of operating system in a sense, and it was like telling you what to do near enough. The assignments where it was like, oh, put this and this, and do this and this, and do this. So it wasn't like you had to make up your own words in a sense. You just had to show that you could do things. So, and then it was just leave and start work. The fashion design was a little bit different. And I'd done assignment work that was more physical work I had to give, besides obviously communications, but I'd done communications so much that it was just second nature to me at that point. So these were assignment works that had to be put in your own words. You had to reference, you had to, have the layout perfect, you had to have the right font and font size and style and line spacing and all. It was all new to me. So my first 2 modules that I didn't do very good. Actually, do I have my list? I do. One sec. I actually have it here, my list that I've done, of all the ones I've done. Where is it now? No, that's my level 6 one. This one. I have 2 lists. One is my level 6 and one has everything basically on it. So the level 5 that I did, work experience was easy enough. We did that in conjunction with another one, so we did it at the same time because it was pretty much, find job ads, do up your CV, do up a cover letter, get your work experience employer to fill out this thing on your work, how you've been working and different things like that. So it was easy enough. Few little diaries, but I'd done diaries before that, so that was easy enough to do on the side. So it was. Communications was really fun. In a sense, it was a rocky start because the person who organised everything got the dates wrong, so I had to leg it down to class. So I did, but it wasn't actually too bad. I got to do it with one of my friends who I don't normally do modules with because she's on reception and I'm in childcare, so she doesn't do the childcare ones. So it was really fun to do it with her, and we had to do a PowerPoint presentation. So everyone slagged me saying I was kind of trying to bribe for a good mark because I didn't want them cupcakes, and I gave everyone cupcakes, including the teacher. So they were saying that I was trying to bribe my way through it, even though I wasn't, obviously, but I found that real funny. I have done occupational first aid. So I have, but I've also I also have done FAR, which is first aid responder. So the occupational first aid is no longer, usable anymore. You have to do FAR now. So I have done that in my level 6, but my level 5 was occupational first aid. So my first 2 modules that I officially did was children with additional needs and early care and education practice. Children with additional needs I found really interesting because that's kind of something that I had an interest in at the time. So that was really fun to do. I actually have work experience down twice. That's hilarious. Oh yeah, because that's from my previous one. I forgot. But anyway, children with additional needs I found really interesting to do. My first couple of modules I only got a pass because I struggled so much, and the early care and education, which is the one I did with Anne, she really tried to push me and help me get even to a pass because I was doing so bad at the time. I didn't know what I was doing, but I managed to get there in the end. So I did, and I got a pass. I at least passed them, which I'm really happy with. Workplace safety is just generic. You learn about fire extinguishers, you learn about how to lift a chair, how to properly lift a table with another person, bits like that. So that was pretty simple. I did that with an occupational first aid with a chap called Pat. He was really, really sweet about it. He helped us out a lot, so he did. Then when going back to doing the level 5, I only had Sylvia Kelly, who I need to email. I'm just trying to find the right words to use, but I need to email her and thank her because she helped me so much with my level 5 and going into my level 6 that it, like, you don't even understand how much she helped. So my first 2 modules, so in 2015, no, not 2015, was it 2015 my first 2 modules? I can't remember. Could have been 2017 actually. But anyway, my first 2 modules, 2018, there you go, found it. So in 2018, my first 2 modules, I only got a pass. Fast forward literally a year later, and my next couple are merits. So there, I started getting merits. I was like, okay, Sylvia is the best. She helped me so much with it. I love her to bits. So my next ones that I did were early childhood education and play, which was kind of fun because I just basically one of the things I got to do was sit down with my nephew and just read a book, and he had to act like a 5-year-old child, which was interesting because he was like 8 at the time, I think. So it was quite fun. So he did act like a child and got the voice recording done, so I was really happy with that. But it was an interesting one again, so it was. I didn't find that one too bad. Child health and wellbeing was the one that I really struggled on because there was a practical end of it that you had to do, where if I had to do practical stuff, especially with my anxiety, I freak out. I'm like, my memory just goes from knowing it to not knowing it within a matter of like 2 seconds. So you had to like show that you knew how to do like the bottle, so you don't do this anymore, you do this. How to change a nappy, which I managed to do, but you have to like talk to the plastic doll thing, so you do as if it's a real baby. So you have to like do stuff like that, like how to wash it, how to dress it. You have to do like the practical end that way, which was kind of awkward, but you were in a room on your own, so it was grand. I didn't mind too much, and Sylvia kind of helped you through as best she could. So she did, and she asked you questions along the way. And so the child health and wellbeing, I was really, really nervous about that one because even though I have a nephew, I wasn't really involved in that part of it too much. So I wasn't. So I had no like first-hand experience with it, so I didn't. I've fed babies like food, and like I've held the bottle, but I've never had to physically make the bottle, change the baby, wash the baby. You know, like I've changed baby born clothes and all like that, but that's a lot different because you don't do it the proper way, obviously. So that one I found like really hard to do, but I got a merit in it, which I'm really happy with. Child development was the start of the really hard modules. Still got a merit in it somehow. Don't ask how, but I still got a merit. It's complicated because you have to memorize the 5 areas of development. So PILES, PILES, physical, intellectual, language, emotion, social. You have to learn them 5 areas of development, and you have to come up with like activities to help a child in a certain area. You have to watch a child and see where they are developmentally, and then you learn about theorists. I'll go over all this again because I had to do child development twice. So it was really hard. Level 5 was a lot easier because it wasn't too full on referencing, so it wasn't. They didn't expect you to be able to reference a lot, but it was really hard. I'm just turning my Xbox on. It was a hard one, but I still got married and I was really happy with that. But again, it's because Sylvia was able to push us and help us and check over our work the whole time. We had someone there like twice a week to help us. Now obviously this is 2019, this one, which meant COVID started to hit, so it did, which was really annoying. At the end of that year, COVID hit, so I'll go through the modules I had to do during COVID now in a sec. So during child development as well, we did work practice, or work experience even. So that's when I did the work experience, was in amongst the child health, wellbeing, child development kind of area, is when we did that. Then Easter 2019, something stuck in my tooth. Easter of 2019, there was a week where we had off from Biffy College, and I had chosen to do my level 6. So my first level 6 was work practice, which is the hardest one I probably could have gone in on, because you had to do everything literally so specific. You weren't allowed to put your work in a binder. It had to be held together with, like, I think it had to be stapled together. There was 2 different files that had to be handed up. So this had X amount of assignments in it, this had X amount, but they just had to be stapled together kind of thing. And it was so complicated. I got a pass in it. Don't know how, but I got a pass in it. Just about. I think I literally scraped by the skin of my teeth kind of thing. But I got a pass, which I'm happy I passed. So I am. I should actually write the code down for that just in case. I have it written down. This is my level 6 component sheet. So it is that I have done. I just need to get my grade for the curriculum one. But work practice was the hardest one I've ever done, I will say. I say that, but curriculum kicked my ass. So, that's my level 5, right? That took me about a year and a half to do, my level 5, which I'm really happy with. That's because I was doing 2 modules at a time with Sylvia, and we were banging them out. So we were. So I was really, really happy with that. Now, my level 6, as I said, started in 2019 with work practice. Then I finished up my last 2 level 5 modules. So come this September, so at the end of the year, we started doing the level 6, me and my class. So I'm trying to remember which ones I did and when. So I think the first ones I did was supervision and early childcare and team leadership. This one does not have dates, sadly. But I think it's supervision and early childcare and team leadership were the first 2 that I did. Team leadership I got a distinction in, which I'm really happy with, because that's all about learning how to, like, work as a team, and be like a leader, and how you know if you're a leader or not a leader or kind of thing. So I found that one I got a distinction in, because I really put myself in it to try to figure out if I was a leader or not. I am not a leader at all, but I really put myself into that one, so I'm happy I got a distinction in that. Supervision in early childhood care, got a merit in, really happy with that. I'll take it. You know, these are all with Sylvia. You can see I'm getting merits and distinctions when I had Sylvia. You'll see a downfall now in a sec, basically. So they were good. Childhood, social, legal and health studies sounded very daunting, and it is, because you learn the in and out of the legal part of it. And like what, it's a bit like children's first, which is what you have to do with TUSA to know if a child is being abused or not. So you do learn a little bit of that in it. So you do. So that one was a little bit more daunting, but again, got a merit because I had Sylvia Kelly with me. So I did, which ones did I do? Yeah, during lockdown. During lockdown, I did the social, legal, health studies and early childhood literacy and numeracy. So, sorry, my bad's back. So we had started January, February doing them 2 modules. And then March, kind of everything started hitting the fan. All the shit started hitting the fan. So we tried to continue. So what ended up happening was we ended up doing everything online. So emailing back and forth with Sylvia, texting each other, calling each other. It was mostly me and my friend and one of my old friends, Christina, doing it. So it was, but we started like texting and calling, and there was a couple of Zoom classes every now and then that we had to do. So I managed to get them done during lockdown. In the March, when lockdown was like lockdown, as in everyone was not allowed to leave their house lockdown. So that was really daunting and scary at the time, because not only were you panicking over like the pandemic and the lockdown and everything, but you're also trying to get your studies done, and it was really, really hard. And especially they're level 6, so they're even harder. But the one thing I will appreciate is the fact that Sylvia Kelly, she emailed you back when you needed it, or she texted you back if you needed it. And I'm grateful for the other girls in my class as well. Like, we were able to text each other and get help from each other. So it was amazing. Like, I got such great help from them. Honestly, I put down all my markings to them, to the teacher and my classmates. I don't think I would have done as good if I hadn't had them around me. But they were the hardest ones I had to do. Mostly because I was like, well, they were the easiest ones I had to do during lockdown because I had the help, basically, is what I meant. Sorry. So then, finished with Sylvia Kelly because she was due to retire anyway. We were supposed to get our last 2 modules done with her, but she was due to retire. And because of lockdown, that was it. She hasn't gone back to teaching, so, and we weren't with Biffy anymore, so we couldn't work with her anymore. So we couldn't. So we had to get different people to help finish our level 6. Which was scary because I got stuck with a college that isn't great when it comes to teachers, in a sense. I got stuck with a college called Kilroy College, and I'm sure it's probably some teachers are better than others, but I did child development with one teacher, and we call her the PDF teacher. Now, I'm pretty sure she's probably gone by now because I have a different one now, but we called her the PDF teacher because I would email asking for help on a section of the assignment, and no matter what question I asked her, she would send me a PDF file of the assignment brief, which is the brief I was reading off of, which is the brief that was confusing me. I think twice I got an actual answer from her. Once, I think, was after my boss rang up the college and gave out, because she could see I was going into work an hour and a half early to do my college work. So I was, because I was able to concentrate better in there and get it done somehow. I don't know how, but I was able to do it better in there. So she could see me struggling, she could hear me struggling because I gave out a lot. I was like, I would constantly tell her I emailed my tutor, and she'd be like, oh, grand, let me know, and I'd let her know then that she emailed back and be like, got the PDF file again, and she used to go ballistic. So at one point she did ring up to college and complain. So I think then I got an answer from her, and then the other time I got an answer was like, can you say this in your own words, please, because I'm so confused. But after that, again, it was just PDF. So child development, I only got a pass in. That was really complicated. I was hoping to get a better marking because in the level 5 I got, what did I get in the level 5? A merit, because I was working with Sylvia. But because I didn't have Sylvia this time, I only got a pass, which I find ridiculous because it wasn't on me. Because I got my letter back to say where I got the marks from and all like that, like the marking sheet, and some of it was like, oh, but this wasn't meant to be there, or this was here, or whatever. This wasn't worded right. I'm like, yeah, but I hate that they deducted marks. I hate that they deducted marks from me when on stuff that I was asking about and wasn't getting the help with. So that really upset me with my level with that. So it did with the child development. That really that felt like a stab in the gut, because I was like, I know I can do better. I know I have done better. Especially in child development, I know damn well I could do better, but I wasn't getting the help with the layout of the assignment. I wasn't getting help with the wording, not the wording, but like what information they wanted in it. I wasn't getting any help with any of that. Which kind of sucks, because even now, I'm still pissed off because it wasn't my fault. I could have got a merit in that. I know I could have got a merit, and I know I should have got a merit. But, I didn't. And I know I could have. So, even to now, I'm still really pissed off with that. So, yeah. Then, curriculum, I'm still waiting for my results back from. I think it's going to take her a while. I don't know what's taking so long for me to get my provisional results. Or preliminary results. I'm still waiting about a month now for that. I might actually email her and ask her is there any sign of the results. Mostly because I want to just know if I've passed or not, because if I haven't passed, I have to redo it, which I really don't want to do. Or I could just ask for another module that I've done to be put in, if that can be used for it, because I really don't want to go back to college now. I'm done with college for a little while. I've stressed myself out enough. I'm done with it now. Curriculum was the hardest one I had to do because I'm thinking because the other teacher, the PDF teacher, was fired, they had to get a sub in, but the sub was also working a different job. So I think what ended up happening was she worked her normal day-to-day job Monday to Friday, and then on a Sunday only she was doing the Kilroy College work. And fair play to her, she did try her best to email me back and answer my questions, especially as best as she could. But when you email her during the week, you have to wait till the Sunday, and sometimes it could be 11 o'clock at night by the time she emails you back. It's a long wait to try to figure out what you're doing with your module and with your assignment. I had 2 assignments to do. The second one was easy enough. That was just planning and implementing activities. I did that easy enough. She said, look, the assignment you've given me is a pass. If you want more marks on it, do this. So I left that one to one side for a bit, and I just worked on the first assignment, which was the hardest because you had to pick 2 theorists and compare them, which I did not know what to do. I had done one comparison. She said, and you'd be better off choosing different theorists that have more information and blah blah blah. So I changed up my theorists on my whole assignment and I rewrote it. And she said, yeah, okay, now you need to do this, and this. So there's a lot of back and forth. I finally got done, but I think the curriculum one really, really got me and has really worn me out. Says me yawning every 2 seconds now. Says me yawning every 2 seconds. I'm so tired. I have not been sleeping. But yeah, I didn't realise this video was going to go on for this long. When I started talking, I was like, oh god, I'm going to be done within 10 minutes. It's now 21 minutes in. But anyway, I'm finished my level 6 now. As I said, I'm just waiting for my curriculum one. The other module I did was S&A. I don't have that written down. I probably should write that down. But I did special needs assistant. That teacher was really, really sweet. I really did like her. Again, I only got a pass, but I found S&A very hard to do. I struggled. And I told the teacher I was struggling. So I did. I was like, I'm struggling so much. Because I was trying to juggle trying to get my childhood curriculum one set up because they were pissing me off. But anyway, I was trying to get that set up. I was struggling doing work, losing the weight, my anxiety. This is when my anxiety started kicking in really bad. It's just ramped up since. What else? I was trying to hang out with my friends, Graham, family. I had so much that when I was doing it, I was like, I'm going out to work. So I'm in work at 12:30, roughly, most days. And I don't finish till nearly 6. Only reason is the only time I can get into work at because I get a lift into work and I really don't want to have to walk. It's pretty far, so I'm like, I'd really rather not have to walk. So my mum gives me a lift for 12:30 in. So I didn't really have any time, in a sense, to do anything. Plus, we're really, really short-staffed. We're still short-staffed. We will never not be short-staffed. So it's very hard to find the time and the energy. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, right, I want to relax this morning before going into work. But you end up having to get up and do homework, and then you go into work, and then you come back, and you're having to do homework, and you're forgetting to, eat healthy, or, go for your walks, or, my physical health, my skin and everything went so far downhill. It's looking a lot better now, obviously. But it went so far downhill. My hair was in bits. My skin was in bits. I wasn't eating properly. I wasn't going for my walks like I had been. I was in bits. I couldn't find the time to do it because I was concentrating so much on getting the assignment work done and having my Zoom call every Wednesday and sitting on that for an hour from 8 till 9 at night kind of thing. So it was really stressful. Really stressful. Probably aggravated my anxiety a lot more, in fairness. But the teacher was really nice. She tried her absolute best to help us in any way she could. She'd stay on for an extra 20 minutes at the end of class, and you could ask her questions and everything, which I thought was really nice. So I was really happy with that. But again, I only got a pass with that one. I really struggled with. I've now done my level 6. I've got my qualifications. I'm literally just waiting for the rest of the results on my actual cert. So I am. But I'm done with college for a while. I was asked would I do my level 7. But I don't know. I would like to, don't get me wrong. I think I would like to. But at the same time, I'm not right now. So my big plan would literally just be, look, I'm going to look for a job when I finish in faster. I'm going to start looking for work now. Obviously, I have been. I did apply for a place, but the only job vacancy at the moment that they can offer me is Dublin, which is very far. So they do have a new centre open in Bray, so I'm hoping I get an interview for there. So yeah, but maybe if I don't get any work or whatever within the next couple of months, next year I might ring up my old boss. I might ring up Mandy and just say to her, what's the deal? Like, am I able to go back to yous and do more college work with yous, or what have you, like, because with the way my anxiety is, I can only work certain hours at the moment. So I'm going to put a little footnote in though. I will do another video on this soon. I am starting my medication today. I'm pretty sure I talked about that in the previous video. I am starting my medication today. I'm going to go down and get it in the next couple of hours. I'm going to run down and get it made up and all like that. That's where I was this morning. Anyway, that's my college. I was really stressed with college. It really fucked me over. But I'm proud of how far I came, because normally I quit with college and I just don't do it. But I'm pretty happy with the fact that I stuck through every single module, every single assignment. I did everything they threw at me, every assignment that they threw at me, every course they wanted me to go on. I did everything I could. So my qualifications are through the wazoo now. I've got so many qualifications. I just don't have the headspace to work. So not great balance, but I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna go off and eat my breakfast because I am starving and it's now 9:30. I also have a headache, so I do need to take painkillers. I might lie down for a bit because I'm so tired. But yeah, college was fun. College was good, but only when you have a good teacher like Sylvia Kelly and you have good friends with you in the classroom that you can text and ring and ask for help. So yeah. But yeah, good luck to anyone else in college. College is just so stressful that I don't know how some people do it while maintaining a job and a social life. For those that are maintaining a job and a social life and doing college, fair play to you. I bow down to you. You're amazing. Honest to God. That's all I gotta say about that. I'm gonna go now because I'm so tired. If you can't tell, I'm closing my eyes already. But hopefully you enjoyed this very long rambling video. I just wanted to kind of go through my whole college thing with you because I never actually talked to you about college. So I didn't know how stressful it was and how much it aggravated my anxiety a lot. A lot. So much so now. Yeah. So I will see you in the next video, guys. Bye.